Ripple is still successful in its case against the SEC and scores another win. What happened this time? And what is Goldman Sachs up to? Stay tuned till the end of the video to find out. Welcome back XRP Army. Please like the video, subscribe and comment your thoughts on XRP in the comment section. According to a tweet from defense lawyer James K. Phelan, who regularly posts updates on the Ripple SEC case, including posting new documents related to it, Ripple has scored another minor victory by obtaining a time extension on a motion that was filed with the court last week, according to the tweet. According to Phelan, the court has granted permission to the fintech behemoth from San Francisco to seek an extension of time to respond to the SEC regarding redactions it had made to the minutes of the meeting with third parties, according to Phelan's tweet. It had been granted permission to the regulator in the Ripple case to redact portions of 4 sets of documents, the agency's notes from earlier meetings with third parties, that had been submitted as part of the investigation. By the way, did you know about this Ripple win? Let us know in the comment section down below. According to James Phelan, Ripple's motion to obtain additional time was approved in a text-only order, which means that only the text of the order was read. Before the end of tomorrow's 30th business day, the regulator will deliver the redacted documents to Ripple's legal team so that they can be evaluated. In accordance with the company, a response from Ripple's legal team is anticipated on April 4th. Starting with a motion to extend the deadline for redacting the information contained in the previously mentioned documents, the SEC sought an extension of time to complete the task. A previous report published by You Today stated that Cryptolaw's founder, John Deaton, does not expect the Ripple case to be resolved before the end of March. Another member of the Ripple community, lawyer Jeremy Hogan, predicted that a settlement would be reached in April, and he was correct. According to his most recent tweet, he expects the case to be resolved by September-October and that this case goes away due to collateral estoppel. Comment, XRP Army, if you believe the case will end soon. Furthermore, the case may even have a negative impact on the Securities and Exchange Commission. Ripple executives' attorneys recently wrote to Magistrate Judge Sarah Net Byrne to express their displeasure with the SEC actions and to demand that the regulator be subjected to immediate investigation, repercussions. According to the lawyers, the SEC has not met its burden to prove that Dr. Metz's last-minute, expert report is relevant to the trial and will not prejudice the outcome, and that the SEC has failed to do so. Dr. Metz's last-minute expert report is relevant to the trial and will not prejudice the outcome, according to the lawyers. In addition, according to the letter, Dr. Metz's unauthorized reply included entirely new opinions that were not included in his original report, and this was done without his permission, and this was done without his knowledge. According to Garlinghouse's attorneys, the SEC questionable conduct and general lack of transparency necessitates sanctions as a result of its actions. Do you agree that the SEC should be sanctioned? If yes, then make sure to like this video. By now, Ripple continues to receive fantastic news even while the court case is still ongoing. In a recent report published by Goldman Sachs Investment Banking Division, titled, Overview of Digital Assets and Blockchain, Ripple is identified as an opportunity in payments, alongside companies such as Circle, which provides peer-to-peer payment technology, and Coinbase, among others. It is the subject of this report that RippleNet, which is a network of institutional payment providers such as banks and money remittance services that use solutions developed by Ripple to facilitate transactions, is the focus. In spite of the fact that cryptocurrency is becoming more visible in the mainstream of the consumer market, the financial industry is continuing its march toward cryptocurrency adoption. Nubank is a Brazilian digital bank that specializes in cryptocurrencies. It was previously funded by Warren Buffett, a well-known cryptocurrency critic, and is now owned by the Brazilian government. Binance also announced plans for a new payment processor, which will allow customers to use digital assets to make in-store purchases at participating retailers, in addition to other developments. Coinbase and FTX advertisements can now be found all over sports venues, and the cryptocurrency industry even staged a virtual takeover of the Super Bowl earlier this year, according to a report by CoinDesk. You Today reported earlier this week that legendary footballer David Beckham has joined the blockchain community as an ambassador, which is in line with the previous report. Every one of these points is linked together by a single common thread: growing consumer interest in cryptocurrency. Consumers who already own cryptocurrency, According to a recent Ripple Insight report, a Cornerstone Advisors survey found that of consumers who already own cryptocurrency, 60% of them would definitely use their bank to invest in cryptocurrencies. A PYMNTS.com report also found that 78% of millennials and 82% of Generation Z cryptocurrency owners are interested in using their cryptocurrency to make contactless purchases. According to the World Bank, countries in Asia and the Pacific have risen to the top of the world rankings when it comes to providing instant payments through digital banking systems, surpassing countries in Europe and North America. In recent years, Asia-Pacific has risen to become the dominant region in the digital banking industry, accounting for approximately 250 digital banks around the world, or approximately 20% of the total number of digital banks worldwide. Instant payments are electronic payments made directly between participating banks that use an instant messaging payment layer to enable real-time settlements and excellent end-user experiences. Instant payments are also referred to as real-time settlements and excellent end-user experiences. In order to complete a real-time transfer, several instant payment networks that are not cryptographic in nature require that beneficiary accounts be pre-funded. The on-demand liquidity (ODL) product, on the other hand, does not necessitate the submission of a pre-funding request. The bad news, on the other hand, is something that should be brought to your attention immediately. According to Patrick Hansen, the head of growth and strategy at decentralized finance startup Unstoppable Finance, he is concerned that the European Parliament is on the verge of voting to include unhosted wallets in the anti-money laundering package that will be considered as part of the transfer of funds regulation, which is currently under consideration. As a result, while the FATF travel rule requires businesses to verify transactions exceeding €1,000, the draft does not specify a lower threshold, implying that all cryptocurrency transactions will be accompanied by the sharing of personal information with the appropriate authorities. In a meeting scheduled for March 29, members of the Economic Affairs Committee will vote on whether or not to de-anonymize all cryptocurrency transactions to self-hosted wallets. The vote will take place the following morning. Exactly what will be the result of this? We'll have to wait and see what happens. What do you think about the SEC recent actions? Do you think they will be sanctioned? Let us know in the comment section. If you want to continue to know about XRP, we have got 2 videos waiting for you on the end screen to check out. Make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Kindly note that prices of cryptocurrencies frequently change, so by the time you watch this video, it might have changed to a whole new value. The information provided in this video does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice, and you should not treat any of the content as such. The content in this video is for educational purposes only and hence should not be considered financial advice. Do conduct your due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions.